Hello guys, welcome back to Avalon. So this is going to be a timeless channeled message. So pretty much whatever comes out here today. If you feel drawn by the title of this video, then this message might be for you. Let's see what comes out. Spirit. Ooh, that was very fast. We have intuition here. Listen to your intuition, it never lies. And we have determination. Face challenges with determination, you can achieve anything. Okay. Back at the deck, we have meditation. Meditation connects you to your inner self. Okay. There's something here about you stepping into a new cycle in your life. You're transforming right now. You're feeling like a lot of things are changing, potentially falling apart. And for some time you might have felt like you don't have any control whatsoever about what's happening. I mean, overall things feel pretty out of control right now in general. So that might have been a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety coming up for you. Feeling like you cannot trust anyone anymore, feeling like you can't even trust yourself. I'm feeling a lot of fear and worry coming up. So with this meditation energy at the bottom of the deck, this could be Spirit really telling us we have to ground ourselves. These are very hectic and stressful times. And we have to make sure that we stay balanced. Now, how do we stay balanced? What is helping you to stay grounded and balanced? Maybe going for a walk, maybe meditating, trying to reconnect with our center, aligning mind, body, and soul. So maybe this is going back to yoga, if this is something that you've been thinking about. Maybe it's just sitting down and reading a book again for the first time in a long time. Doing something away from the screens, away from the media. Not indulging into so much social media and media coverage in general about what's going on in the world right now. If you feel a lot of negativity from watching the news, from being connected all the time, from opening up social media and another horrible news is appearing on your screen, there's this energy here of just turning the phone off if you can. Trying to sit yourself down and meditate, trying to sit yourself down and do something that is grounding the energy. Closing your eyes and breathing, just breathing in and out. Doesn't have to be breath work or anything fancy, could just be you sitting down, closing your eyes, maybe even laying down, closing your eyes, and breathing. Breathing in and out. Reminding yourself that you can trust that. And slowly but surely, if you do this for a few days, you're going to return back to yourself. I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is what I'm getting. Maybe taking a walk in the park, spending time in nature to ground yourself could help you. There's a sense of having lost a lot of hope and faith that things could ever turn out right, that there's a way out of the current state of being. It's like wherever you look, there's a lot of hatred. There's a lot of darkness. There's a lot of pain. You feel very hurt by what's going on right now. Spirit is acknowledging that. Spirit is seeing that. Spirit is reminding you to tend to your own well-being. What can you do today to set aside maybe even 5 minutes to tend to yourself, to do some self-care? Maybe it's a prayer. Maybe it's sleeping in. Maybe it's going to bed early and just resting. How can you hold yourself? In a world where everything is kind of unstable and unsure right now, how can we learn to stabilize ourselves, hold ourselves, embrace ourselves, and tell ourselves, it doesn't look like that right now, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We can get through this. How can you reconnect to that energy? Let's clarify this with some tarot cards. Okay, so we have the High Priestess. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Seven of Pentacles, followed by the Seven of Wands. One more, please, Spirit. One more. I'd like one more. Thank you. Thank you. The Queen of Cups. Back at the deck energy is the Five of Wands. Yeah. There's a lot of conflict in the world. You seem to be a very sensitive soul that feels everything very, very deeply. You're very sensitive to other people's pain. You're sensitive to the state of the world and the hurt that so many people go through. Their hurt becomes your hurt. If your country is going through a difficult time, you go through a difficult time, right? Like it's just very, it's like people fighting against each other. Who can you trust anymore? Well, maybe you can trust yourself. Maybe you can trust your intuition. With a High Priestess, that's your choice, right? You have a choice. You can stay in the energy of anxiety and worry, but you're not going to hear your gut instinct. You're not going to hear your intuitive nudges that Spirit is giving you in regard to what you can do to ground yourself and to feel better about the current state of affairs, you know? There's this energy of allowing yourself to go within and reconnect with your intuition, to hear yourself again, to feel yourself again. I get this energy of you being kind of numb by the news, by the media, what's going on in the world. It's like you're not feeling yourself anymore. A way to reconnect with that is through meditation, finding a way to go within. You will find clarity and peace of mind once you turn off all the noise, even just for 30 minutes, and close your eyes and go within. There's inner balance and inner peace within. There's even a tiny bit of optimism if you go within. There's this energy of understanding that, speaking here in terms of the teachings of Abraham Hicks, how can you find the next better feeling thought? If you go within, and you might be in a state of meditation, and there's a lot of negativity coming up because of the world, because of the state of politics right now, and it's all very negative, and it feels very heavy. What is the next better feeling thought? And this might be a practice for you here. Try to observe yourself, your inner emotional being, your inner emotional state of being, the thoughts that you're thinking. How can you find a thought or an emotion within you that feels a tiny bit better than the one that you're feeling right now or thinking right now. This might sound a little bit abstract, but we are really what we're thinking, right? We don't have to believe everything we think. You are not your thoughts. You don't have to identify with every single thought. And I believe that's why this meditation energy comes up, because in meditation, if we practice that for a while, we learn to really detach from our thoughts. And if your thoughts are very negative, and rightfully so, because right now a lot of things are just, again, this is a very, very difficult time that we're in right now. But there's this energy of observing your thoughts and your feelings, identifying how heavy it feels, how bad it feels, how hurt you feel. And just trying to observe that without identifying with that completely. And then asking yourself, while you're in that state, what is the next better feeling thought? How can I get out of this energy that does not feel good in my body? How can I refocus myself on my inner well-being? Because I'm of no service and I'm not helping anybody. If I drown in hatred or pain, if I drown in worry and in sorrow, how can I get myself out of that state? Well, I might have to reconnect with me. What can I do to reconnect with me? We have a full moon in Leo that's still around energetically, Leo energy is about self-expression, creativity. Is there maybe a hobby, a creative endeavor that you enjoyed when you were younger that you could reconnect with, that you could go back to? Maybe it's painting or drawing something. Maybe it's listening to music. Set aside 30 minutes a day and listen to uplifting, good music that feels good to you and that reminds you of a happy moment or a happy phase in your life. Do something for you. Unplug is really what I'm getting. Unplug from the world. Focus on the friends and the relationships in your life that you can trust, the people that love you. Talk with them. Communicate with them what it is that you feel and that you think. But if you find yourself in the spiral of negativity, remind yourself of this question: what is the next better feeling thought? I don't want to go down this road. If I want to help, if I want to make sure I rise the energy and the frequency of this planet so that we can get out of the mess that we're currently in, I have to raise my vibration. I have to raise my frequency. I'm not going to do that if I continuously think the negative thoughts that I have been thinking for all these months now. I'm going to stay in an energy of lack, in an energy of pain, in an energy of pessimism. It's not helping anybody and it's not helping me. It feels heavy. I don't want to feel that heavy again. So how can I observe my thoughts and my feelings to get out of that energy and to remind myself that if I raise my vibration, I raise the vibration of the planet. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, right? Which is the rebellious energy, which is the determined energy here. The energy of, I know where I'm supposed to be, I know where I want to go. I'm going to stand in my power. I'm going to show the world what I'm capable of. I'm going to show me what I'm capable of. I'm going to unplug from whatever it is that does not feel good right now. And I'm going to try to lighten the load that I carry. Focus on your creativity. Find a creative outlet that helps you, that is maybe even therapeutic for you to transmute those negative energies that you're in. Meditate, maybe sleep a lot, go for walks, reconnect with people that you love and that love you, that show up for you. How can you hold yourself? How can you be there for yourself? If being online, if reading the news every 5 minutes does not feel good, stop doing it. No matter how often you read the news, it's not going to change anything for you right now other than you feel even worse than you have before, And it's not about ignoring the news. It's not about ignoring the current state of the world, but it's about a balance. If you're consistently available for all the negative media, for all the negative headlines and you feel your own well-being spiraling out of control, that's a warning sign that you might have to balance how much media you consume, how much time you spend online. And maybe you unplug for a while and you go for a walk and you continue to meditate and see what that does to you. Maybe that feels better. Learn to water your spiritual garden here. And that's how we get rid of the negative feelings, of the heaviness of it all. 7 of Wands is an energy of putting up boundaries. No matter how much media I consume, it's not helping me. It's not helping my environment. If it makes me mad, if it makes me feel frustrated, if it makes me feel sad, it's not helping anybody. It's not helping me. Maybe I have to reduce the amount of media I consume each day. Try to find little islands during the week where I'm offline and just spend time with people I love or by myself, doing things that fill my own cup with that Queen of Cups, that make me feel more emotionally stable. Because I feel like right now you're not emotionally stable. Your energy is splashed all over the place, you know? What do we do? What is happening? This is out of control. You're spiraling out of control because it feels like the world is spiraling out of control. And yes, it is, you know, but how can you come back to yourself and ground yourself and try to find the next better feeling thought for yourself? The next better feeling emotion for yourself? How can you return to some sense of inner freedom or inner peace or peace of mind? You gotta find peace of mind. That's a song by Lauryn Hill, I believe. Maybe that's significant for you. I'm also here in Sade. You might enjoy the music of Sade, or maybe you listen to the music of Sade because there might be an energy, a frequency in that music that is helping you to reconnect with yourself. Spirit is wanting you to do things for you and take better care of you. Because if you continue the way you have for the past few weeks and months, the energy will continue. And you're not of service to anybody, not yourself, but also not your environment and the world, if you stay in this energy of frustration and darkness. How can you guide yourself out of that energy? Through certain practices, through communicating with certain people. Only you know what can help you, right? But maybe this is your sign to sit down and close your eyes and go within and find your center again and realign with yourself and just spend more time offline for your own mental and emotional well-being. All right, that was heavy. This is all that I have for you today. I hope this was helpful. I hope this is reaching whoever it needs to reach. We can raise the vibration of the planet together here. But we first have to raise our own vibration, our own frequency. How can you raise your vibration? How can you raise your energetic awareness? How can you reconnect with yourself and what it is that you need to feel emotionally and mentally and physically more balanced and aligned? And if there's a hobby that helps you, if it's meditation, if it's dancing, if it's painting, if it's writing, if it's literally going to therapy and talking this out, if it's talking with your family, with your parents, with your loved one, with your best friend, if it's listening to music to get out of your head, if it's going for a walk to get out of your head, Spirit is saying do that now. Unplug. We cannot be of service and we cannot energetically change the current state if we're not first reconnecting with ourselves, nurturing ourselves. And once we have an inner balance going for ourselves, then we can go out and see how we can help others, how we can be of service to others as well. But you first got to fill your own cup. And if that means stepping away from social media and not consuming as much media in general, Spirit is saying do that. It's your choice. But it's like your intuition is already telling you to do it. So definitely listen to that. This negative headspace that you're in right now, those negative emotions that you feel, you will get out of that. Because Spirit is literally reminding you, you can achieve anything. You are a child of God. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are a free soul in a physical body, but your soul is free. You know? Your soul is free. And energy creates a lot of change. If we raise our energy, if we raise our frequency, there is going to be change. Again, this is the age of Aquarius now. Things are definitely going to shift. But first we gotta shift ourselves. We gotta reconnect with ourselves. Love you. Thank you for watching. See you next time.